when you were a young lad, you were a teenage rebel. You went from Borstal to reform school, etc., etc.,
Yes.
and basically you had no education.
No, which I'm not proud of. It's
Oh no, I mean
that's one of my biggest regrets in life, Terry. I mean, you know, when you're at school, all I was interested in was football and having a laugh and chatting up the girls and whatever. And you don't realise until you're older how important education is, especially English lessons, which I wish I'd have taken more notice of. So basically, I became self-taught. I just read and read and read, went to the library, picked up every newspaper, read it, magazines. I was just self-taught, really. And that's what's annoying. If I had have studied at school, I probably could have got on well.
Yeah.
I just didn't have any teacher that lit that passion. You know what they say now? It's always important to have a great teacher who lights that spark. Unfortunately, I never had it. So maybe the teacher was there and I wasn't listening, but it's a big regret in my life that I didn't knuckle down and listen. Yeah,
I think some teachers, I mean, I was very lucky. I was at school. I did okay. But some teachers inspire you and other teachers don't.
That's it, exactly. And we never had one that inspired us.
No, I think that's the thing. I mean, one of the jobs you had, and I have to laugh because I used to go there myself, you washed up at Butlins.
Yes, at Clacton, yes.
Was it at Clacton, was it? Oh.
Yeah, me and my mate went down there. We didn't realise how things worked. We just went down there with the intention of being redcoats and entertainers. Yeah. But I ended up in the kitchens and he ended up doing the gardens.
Oh, well.
And that was it. But it didn't knock the stuffing out of me because I still wanted to do something connected with show business. I mean, it was in the blood.
I mean, Butlins was always a great stomping ground, and it was also, I remember I used to go there as a teenager myself, and it was always good to, let's see, how do I put this discreetly?
Girls. Great place for girls.
Yeah. All right, the female sex. Well, without getting myself into any trouble as well.
When I say girls, I mean women. I don't mean girls, I mean women.
Ladies.
It was a great place for the opposite sex, yeah.
Ladies. Yeah. I mean, this book you've just written is your autobiography.
Yes.
You wrote a book a few years ago that got you into trouble.
Yes, as I mentioned to you earlier, I said my children were threatened. People were saying to me, don't do anything, Gary. So I thought, right, I've got to do something, but not anything that's going to be illegal. So I wrote a novel called Till Death Us Do Part, which was like a gangster novel. And in the gangster novel, it was based on my story, and the guy who threatened my children was shot dead in the novel. So he was killed, but not in real life, on the pages of a book. And I thought, well, I've done it the legal way. I've got my point across, haven't hurt anybody. But apparently my ex-wife and the boyfriend took exception because I named him, and the book was seen as a threat. So I did get arrested for, I'm actually the only person who's ever been arrested, apart from Oscar Wilde, for writing a book.
Yeah.
As I said to you, I've got that fighting spirit in me. I kept going back to court, ended up in the High Court, and they took the gagging order away, so the book is now legal.
That's good. Well,
Death Us Do Part is not been banned. It was banned, but I got it overturned.
Well, that's good. So anybody who loves your autobiography will go and buy that one as well.
It's still on Amazon. It's Till Death Us Do Part, and I wrote it under an alias called Garry Jackson.
I was going to ask you about it. Yeah, why did you change? Why did you change the name on it?
Because this thing, when people try and be clever and it backfires on them. My ex-wife thought she would be clever trying to get the book banned. All the dodginess that's come out about her past that's now in the public domain, if she hadn't have objected to the book, that would never have been widely known. It wouldn't have been put in the... She complained about the book, and that made the book something that people wanted to read.
Yeah.
So her private life became public through no fault of my own, because in the book, I'm called Garry Jackson, she's called Debbie, but she went to court and revealed that I was Garry Jackson. So that's how the story got put in the public domain. It wasn't me. I tried to be discreet as I possible. My intention was only naming the guy who I wanted to name. And he's the only guy in the novel who gets his name, the real name used. All the others, I changed the names.
Because shall we talk about your wife's past, shall we? Or shall we talk about that? Or
I don't mind.
Let's talk about you. I mean, because of these people, it's funny how you get these people who can't leave alone, and they want to stoke a hornet's nest.
Right.
And I think she was one of these. And well, you tell.
It's funny, that whole saying the woman scorned. Well, I was innocent party, but she was still the woman scorned. There is a funny side to it. I always see the funny side in things. I've got no bitterness towards her now at all. So I've even written a song about her, haven't I? The one that got away.
So
So
we'll play that in a few minutes. Actually.
Right. Okay. The thing is, she's the mother of my children, and you only live once. So why sort of, as long as everything deals in the truth, I've got no grudge to bear or whatever, like, you know. I mean, she was the love of my life, I ain't going to deny it, and wish things had turned out a different way, but that is life, as they say, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what I was trying to get at is she sort of poked a hornet's nest, and it all came out in the public domain that she was involved in, how do I put it, naughty movies.
Saturday night specials.
Saturday night specials.
Yes. Yeah. Which that would never have been made public if she hadn't complained about the book.
No, and because people dig deep, and because nowadays there's Google, etc., 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 all these search engines, and you can find out so much about people, even if people don't want you to find out about them, you know.
Exactly. And if you think about it, Terry, if you think about it, if I'd have just made all them allegations and it hadn't have been proved as factual in court, people would have just said, well, you're writing that for spite, to be nasty. But she stood up in a witness box on oath and said, oh, yes, it's all true. And he's putting it in this book called Till Death Us Do Part. I want it banned. So she was the one who made it all legal, put it in the public domain, not me.
Okay. Well, let's take a break now, Gary, and we'll play the song that you wrote about Julie. It's called, I love this actually, and I think it should have been released back in February for Valentine's Day.
Right.
It's called The One That Got Away. Do you want to say any more about it, apart from it was just written about Julie?
No, it's just written from the heart. As I said, the book's the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and so are the lyrics in this song. There's no need, no one wins in lying. It's a true. This book is true, and the lyrics in this song are true as well.
Okay, well, this is Garry Johnson and The One That Got Away, and afterwards we'll talk about your life in newspapers, Gary.
Right, thank you.
You always be the one that I want and I'm missing. Whoever I am with is always you I'm kissing. When I'm making love, I can see your face, I can smell your body and remember the taste. Thinking of you where I might have been, thinking of you if you only knew. It's free in bed but something's missing. The one that got away is you, the one that got away. You like a fine wine, I can't stop drinking. Nothing I can do can stop me from thinking. Do you dream of me? What do you think of me? Am I just another name, a burned out flame? Thinking of you where I might have been, thinking of you if you only knew. Three in bed but something's missing. The one that got away is you, the one that got away. Oh, it's you, the one that got away. Thinking of you where I might have been, thinking of you if you only knew. It's three in bed but something's missing. The one that got away is you, the one that got away. Oh, it's you, the one that got away.
Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Woke up and the toilet was overflowing. Must call the plumber. Realised the kids needed swimming lessons as it's all got out of control. Luckily the old windows gave out so we all floated outside. Must get on to the glazers. And now the garden looks atrocious. Now what was the number for that landscaper?
Because you never know when a potential customer needs you, get yourself listed in your local flyer, the local business directory. Your local flyer, bringing businesses to your fingertips.
That was The One That Got Away, and That was Garry Johnson. And let's talk about, we spoke about you becoming the punk poet, and then you got a job at Sounds magazine.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit more about that.
Right, well, at Sounds magazine, it was just, because I started off at the bottom, like a cub reporter and what have you. I used to get all, like, the small gigs and to interview the small bands and whatever. But the longer I was there, I got to, like, network with all the top people at the record companies and what have you. And I became I used to follow the Jam. I was a great Jam fan. And I became friends with Pat Stead, who was married to Bruce Foxton of the Jam, and she was the press officer for Michael Jackson as well as George Michael. So I got to meet both of them through her, and that's how I got to meet Michael Jackson, through Pat. She said to me one day, "Do you want to come to Madame Tussauds tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "Oh, well, there's a famous unveiling there." It's when Michael Jackson unveiled his statue.
Yes, I remember, yeah.
So I went there, met him, only said hello. But I thought, this is too good an opportunity to miss you.
Yeah.
So I made out I had a full in-depth conversation with him and got away with it. As I say in the book, I said to Michael, "Are you looking forward to being in London?" He said, "Oh yes, I want to go to East London. I want to visit West Ham United football ground. I want to have pie mash and liquor and all things like that."
Wow.
And once it sort of... what's the word? I sort of pushed the envelope after that. I thought when I did boring interviews, I thought I'd jazz them up a bit. And that's what I did. So I moved from Sounds, doing serious like interviews and reviews and what have you, to doing tabloid stuff. And I worked for all the tabloids, basically.
Yeah, and you work for
Ended up with my own TV column, picture byline in The Sun and The Sunday People, doing TV reviews. And I had a Soap and Glory column in The Sunday People, where I wrote all about the Brookside, EastEnders, Coronation Street, all of them.
Yeah. So, getting away from the book, and we'll go back to the book in a few minutes, what do you think of TV now?
TV now, at this present moment in time, I quite like it, actually. I mean, the last 5 years, the last 8 years now, I suppose, some of my favourite programmes have been on, like The Office, In-Betweeners, Would I Lie to You, Have I Got News for You. I like all programmes like that.
Bit of satirical humour.
Yes. And I love Jonathan Ross, and I love Graham Norton. Alan Carr's a bit hit and miss, but I mean, I love quiz shows and things that have showbiz people on, like quizzes. I like The Last Leg as well.
Oh, he's a funny guy, that Adam Hill.
Oh, top man, yes, top man. And Lee Mack's my favourite at the moment. I love him.
Yeah, I
love him on Would I Lie to You, and he's Not Going Out. He is my current flavour of the month, Lee Mack. And I love Mickey Flanagan as well.
Okay. There's some great
Jimmy Carr, I love. 9 out of 10. Is it 8 out of 10 cats? That's the
8
one,
out of 10 cats, I think it is, yeah. Do you know what, I watch it and I still can't remember what it's called, or it's 9 or 8, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
Right.
We all know what we're talking about. When you worked at the newspapers, you wrote some great stories, you wrote some great headlines, and should we say some of them were not, should we say 100% of the truth?
I was like Mystic Meg of the tabloid world, wasn't I? I had Maggie the movie, about 7 or 8 years before there was actually a Maggie the movie, and I had Lee Rennick playing Maggie Thatcher, and Don Johnson from Miami Vice playing Dennis Thatcher.
Well, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that got a great headline, that did. That was Maggie the movie goes to Hollywood. Hollywood plays tribute to Maggie, it was. And I had Mick Jagger spending £60,000 on plastic surgery to have his lips made smaller. That got a front page, that did.
So how did you think up some of these? This is you've obviously got a great imagination.
Yes, it was just I got away with it for so long, so I always wrote nice things about people, nothing nasty. And as long as you sort of massage their ego, you get away with it. I mean, I remember when John Leslie, remember he was up in court, and Abby Titmus used to go to court with him every day. Cottoned on to how good looking she was, and I sort of invented this story that she'd been offered a part in Baywatch. Wow. That she was going to become a great British sex symbol or whatever, and it happened, didn't it?
Yeah, Abby, I can't remember what her surname was.
Abby Titmus.
Abby Titmus,
Abby Titmus, that was it.
Yeah,
when I sort of launched her career, without being paid a penny to do it, I just thought, oh yeah, she could be a big star, and the more I wrote about her, the bigger she became.
Yeah, and
I had Barbara Windsor to join EastEnders about 10 years before it happened. I had Gary and Martin Kemp to play the Cray twins about 10 years before that happened. That was a front page world exclusive. It was exclusive because I made it up in the pub.
Yeah, I know.
No, just but as you said, there's nothing. I never wrote anything nasty about anyone. No one complained.
No, I think it's good. Allegedly, according to your book, you over the years you made £3 million.
Give or take, yes.
That's not bad. That's not a shabby earner. So the drinks are on you tonight, but no, we won't. But I mean, over the years, you worked for some of the great people of Fleet Street. You worked for the fabulous Piers Morgan. Of course, he went on to become a huge star in America, and he's now back in Britain.
That's it, yeah.
He's on the sofa in the morning.
And I